tuberculosis, sarcoma, the tumorous disease similar to cancer but less deadly, infantile paralysis, streptococcus and staphylococcus infections, and herpes encephalitis and encephalitis lethargica, both infectious ailments of the brain and nervous system. Success in the search began to come when Dr. Arthur I. Kendall, head of the Department of Research Bacteriology at Northwestern University Medical College, joined him in a phase of the work and suggested a culture medium which proved to be a phase in making the hitherto unseen viruses visible.
A constant stream of doctors who came to Rife's laboratory in the 30s and witnessed his work believed he had found the cure for cancer. Later, Rife himself would become convinced. James Couch, a San Diego medical doctor, was among the believers. A July 31, 1949 article in the San Diego Union quotes Couch.
Mankind's long search for a cancer cure may be in sight as the end product of laboratory experiments conducted in San Diego 15 years ago. These experiments and the discoveries they yielded are credited to Dr. Royal R. Rife, 62, of 3676 Zola Street, a laboratory technician now retired. This announcement was made here yesterday by James B. Couch, M.D., a San Diego medical practitioner for 18 years. Dr. Couch also said he also visited Dr. O. Cameron Gruner, former director of the Archibald Cancer Research Fund at McGill University, and discussed Gruner's recent work in cancer research. He recalled that Gruner made several visits to San Diego 14 years ago to study reported discoveries by Dr. Rife of a virus connected with cancerous tumors. Gruner told Dr. Couch he was satisfied that Dr. Rife's large microscope, for which Rife claimed 25,000 areas magnification, had revealed a virus. He said further that the work he then did with Rife at his Point Loma laboratory and follow-up researches at McGill University had confirmed that tumorous growths positively could be produced by the virus discovered in San Diego.
Royal Rife was the first to isolate and see the cancer virus, a feat great enough to satisfy and sustain any scientist's aspirations. But Rife was far from satisfied. He wanted to learn how to kill it. Earlier in Rife's career, prior to his collaboration with Johnson and Kendall, while building his super-powerful microscope and seeing the effect of light on the specimens with which he was working, Rife observed that every living thing is made up of chemicals and possesses its own unique chemical constituency, and he saw indications of electrical polarities. Pondering these observations, sometime in 1920, it occurred to Rife to see what would happen if an electrical current was passed through these living organisms. With that aha moment, which is coincidentally marked by a surge of electrical energy in the brain, Rife embarked on parallel courses of groundbreaking work, one inextricably intertwined with the other. Rife began in earnest to assemble the equipment he would need to conduct further experiments: frequency generators, cages for animals, and the machine tools needed to build his own additional equipment. In this endeavor, Rife enlisted the help of Lee DeForest, famous for his pioneering work in radio technology and known as the father of the modern vacuum tube. DeForest collaborated with Rife on his early frequency generation instruments. Now, as he gazed into his new powerful microscope so essential to his work, Rife could see the effect of the various frequencies he was applying to his live microorganisms. What Rife had suspected was indeed true. He was able to effect a kill at certain frequencies, and furthermore, he found that different microorganisms had differing kill frequencies. Rife called this an organism's MOR, or mortal oscillatory rate. Rife began in earnest, testing and classifying frequency waves, sometimes sitting at the microscope for up to 48 hours straight. This is a chart Rife made of the frequency wave spectrum he was testing. He used a keyboard to represent the audible spectrum, and he assigned colors to other frequencies all the way up to radio, infrared, ultraviolet, and X-ray. According to Rife, a frequency could be used to shatter a virus or bacteria in the same way the specific musical note of an opera singer can shatter glass. For years, Rife observed and carefully classified the MORs of every disease he put under his amazing microscopes: tuberculosis, cancer, sarcoma, streptococcus, typhoid, staphylococcus, leprosy, hoof and mouth disease, and many others. In 1936, an extraordinary film was made over a period of several days of Rife at work in his lab. In this film, Rife demonstrates the process of isolating the cancer virus. This is Royal Rife standing outside the front door of his laboratory. When Rife isolated the cancer virus in 1931, he took an unulcerated human breast mass from the Paradise Valley Sanitarium and Hospital donated by Dr. R.T. Hammer, who was the assistant superintendent. Portions of this tumor were cut out and filtered through a triple-aught porcelain Berkefeld filter, which gave about 10-micron filtration. The virus could readily pass through a filter of this degree of tolerance. The test tubes that are shown here were irradiated for 24 hours with argon gas. This irradiation caused the virus to become virulent. Rife could then grow tumors in weeks instead of months. The argon gas ionized the virus, and to counter this, the test tubes were placed in a 2-inch water vacuum and heated at near-body temperature for 24 hours. This method of ionization and oxidation brought the chemical refraction of BX out of the ultraviolet and into the visible band of the spectrum. Everything was flamed for sterilization. Even the cotton was sterilized. All solutions were also sterilized. Every time one test tube disappears, there is an elapsed time of 24 hours. These are some of the experimental animals in the basement. Rife had over 1,000 animals, including guinea pigs, but most were albino rats. Rife had about 12 men who worked in his laboratory to keep everything clean and sterilized and to assist him in his work. The rats were injected with a very tiny needle from the virus that he had filtered and isolated, and the tumors were allowed to grow to be 2 or 3 grams heavier than the rats themselves. Here, Rife shows the injecting of the cancer virus into the rat. The mammary gland was used in the rat because the cancer virus came out of the mammary gland of a human breast mass. The rat was given a partial anesthesia to avoid the shock of the needle, because such a shock was found to cause a change in the rat's metabolism. The virus was then injected into the rat. Rife would then allow the cancer tumors to grow. Here you can see the large tumor in the rat. He would surgically remove the tumor and treat the rat with his ray tube instruments. The frequencies would devitalize the cancer virus without harm to the animal's cells or to the rat. Rife used special glasses with high magnification during his operations in order to perform the fine details of the tumor removal. The tumor is tied off and cut away. The cancer virus can again be isolated from that tumor and then injected into other rats. Rife went through this procedure 411 times to prove that the virus he isolated was the cause of the cancer tumor. This shows the tumor coming out of a solution of triple distilled water. A portion of that tumor is being cut away so that you can observe the cancer virus under Rife's microscope. This is triple distilled water going in, and he's going to gently grind up the cancer tumor to extract the virus. This is a porcelain Berkefeld filter similar to unglazed Dresden china. The liquid material is poured into a test